Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. So today I wanted to talk about 3 of the worst things that I see that would matter a lot for me personally, and I think for the game, that need changing. As you know, the roadmap is still going on, but a lot of people don't talk about these things, or even when they do, maybe there is not a lot of people. And then Gaijin doesn't listen, because basically what they do with the roadmaps, it basically means that you need to have a lot of attention. The community needs to know about this problem and talk about it. Of course, they always listen on those roadmaps to everybody, but the thing is that the more people know about the problem and care about the problem, the more Gaijin will fix it quickly. So you can see it, for example, on the fuel slider that a lot of people were talking about, and then they just did it. Yeah, there is something there to take as a lesson, right? We need to get informed on the problems, and we need to voice our voices, basically, our problems, right? So yeah, let's talk about 3 problems that I see. The first one is the crew lock. Okay, guys, I think a lot of people already know about this. So basically, if you die very soon, in a way that it was kind of maybe even comical, like crashing very early in a match, or maybe you got killed very early in a tank match and you left the match or anything like that, there is a need of a change in the crew lock system, because if you did that, the crew lock would basically be on you, and you would need to wait until a certain time to actually be able to get into another match, which I think it tries to solve some problems that happen before, like for example, people just jaying out after one death, or basically trying to make people care a little bit more about their own death, which is fine, but sometimes the remedy is kind of too much. So, for example, if you crash really early in the match, which is not really maybe even your fault sometimes you can get up to like 8 to 10 minutes of a crew lock time. Guys, there is time to actually play sometimes 2 matches in this period of time. So, yeah, it's either they need to come up with a new system to block people from just crashing on purpose, maybe economic changes, maybe, for example, that the different repair systems and economic changes to the repair systems in a tank battle that they did, but improve that maybe to include this type of scenario. So, for example, if you have multiple tanks and you want to leave the match, maybe it will cost more or something. I don't know, or maybe just take the time down. Like for example, not completely, but at least half of what it is, because having to wait in specific scenarios 8 minutes, 5 minutes, I think it's too much. 1 to 2 minutes already plenty. 2-3 minutes maybe, it's already plenty for people to feel a little bit less induced to doing something like that, I think. So it's just my opinion. Maybe you guys can come up with a better solution, maybe even Gaijin can come up, but I still think it needs a little bit of a change there, because right now it only makes people frustrated. I see a lot of people complaining about this, and people just get frustrated. Maybe somebody killed you, damaged you, and then you crashed, or maybe with a wing clip or something like that and take off, for example, and then you have to wait 9 minutes. It's not really fair, right? I mean, it's a lot of time, and you are here to enjoy the game, not have to be in kind of a looking at the wall waiting for 9 minutes because of something that wasn't really your fault, right? So this is the first one, and I think one of the main ones that I wanted to talk about. There are 2 other things, especially for tanks. The first one, yeah, AP rounds for rank 7s in general, they did introduce those again. If you don't know, basically the AP FSDSs, you need to grind them, and of course they're all rank 1s, and they removed those things before, or basically it was normal before. You had a stock AP round for those things, but then they remove it, and then they add it again for the rank 8s, if I'm not mistaken, for some at least. And now there's a lot of things that still suffer from this. Yes, it's a very easy grind between completely stock, get the free parts and just get the ammunition there. But to be honest, it still doesn't make a lot of sense. It's a smaller problem, but I still don't think it makes a lot of sense. We need to have an AP round from the get-go, even if it's a little bit more, maybe, I don't know, like a little bit worse than the top tier round. It doesn't make like too much of a difference anyway. Just, I mean, it's still kind of a stock grind, but at least you will have something, because all of these tanks in higher ranks, they might not be able to hold AP rounds sometimes, but hit rounds they hold like nothing else. So sometimes you're really in the back foot, right? It's not as bad as it was, but I still don't think it's perfect right now. And the last one is tanks in general, guys. I don't know if you noticed. Yes, they changed the economy, they changed the way that grind works a little bit, the rewards, everything like that. But still, tanks, like, it takes a lot more time than aircraft for you to grind. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I need to play better tanks, but I still have an opinion that you need to get a lot more kills. You need to do a lot more in the match to get the same amount of points that you would get having a lot less things done in a match in an air battle, especially in air realistic. So I still think that the grind for tanks, especially because aircraft, I think everybody can agree that if you have a little bit of premium, it's very easy. If you have like non-premium, it's still like okay. It takes a lot of time, but you know, at least I think it's alright. Maybe it should be better, but it's alright. But tanks, especially without premium, it's still a long way to go. And I don't think Gaijin needs to focus too much on the ranking. I mean, we don't need to have higher ranks to have such a difference in the grind compared to like medium range and stuff, because there's so many nations. It's impossible for people to just won one nation. They will try to get, and eventually we will have a lot more nations as well. So it doesn't like make any sense to have so much grind, especially if you want people to play different nations and stuff. There's no like really a reward. You need more than years to actually get everything. And even an example could happen, like maybe take it down for SPAAs or certain vehicles that are a little bit more of a secondary vehicle that will not be able to win a match alone. You know, it's not game changing like an SPAA. But it's a very good support vehicle. Maybe even some form of ATGM launchers. I don't know about that. Especially SPAAs. Maybe get a lower grind for them or something like that. I think it would help a lot. But yeah, guys, these are the 3 problems I think are the most problematic right now with grind and stuff and other things. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you have any other problems that come up to mind. I try to make this video a little bit shorter, you know, not too much. But yeah, not too many problems, because there's always things here and there that you can change, but I wanted to kind of make it up like not that big of a video. Okay guys, but let me know in the comments. See you guys on the next one.